Good morning, students. Welcome to Class 10 Biology, Endocrine System Part 2. In our previous class, we have already studied the difference between nervous control and endocrine control. Also, difference between the endocrine glands and the exocrine glands. We have also studied the pituitary gland and its secretions. Also, the effect of hyper and hyposecretions of the pituitary gland. In this class, we are going to study two glands, the thyroid gland and the pancreas. Let us study the thyroid gland first. The thyroid gland is a bilobed, butterfly-shaped structure situated in front of the neck, on either sides of the larynx. You can see it very clearly in the picture. The two lobes are connected by a thick band which is known as the isthmus. On the thyroid gland, there are small yellow patches, two on each lobe, which is the parathyroid gland. Now let us study the hormones secreted by the thyroid gland. There are two main hormones secreted by the thyroid gland, thyroxine and calcitonin. Calcitonin is not in our syllabus, so we shall discuss only thyroxine. Thyroxine is responsible for the basal metabolic rate, that is BMR. BMR is the rate of cellular oxidation resulting in heat production when the body is at rest. It also controls tissue metabolism and regulates general growth and development of the body. It is responsible for ossification of bones, that is, conversion of cartilages into bones. Since it controls the physical, mental, and sexual growth of the body, its effect is known as calorogenic effect. Now let us study the hyposecretion of thyroxine gland. What happens with the hyposecretion of thyroxine in childhood? In childhood, it leads to retarded physical, mental, and sexual growth. Unlike dwarfism, in dwarfism, there is only retarded physical growth. Mentally and sexually, they are in an average lot. They are not retarded. Whereas cretinism, there is retardation which is physical, mental, as well as sexually they are retarded. Myxedema, that is hyposecretion of thyroxine in adulthood, leads to swollen facial features, slow heart rate, low body temperature, lethargy, and the person tends to gain a lot of weight. Simple goiter. This is often seen in people living in high altitudes where there is very little iodine or no iodine in the soil. It leads to enlargement of the thyroid gland. You can see it very clearly in the picture. This gland swells up to absorb more iodine from the food that you are consuming. Effect of hypersecretion, that is excess secretion of thyroxine, leads to what we call exophthalmic goiter. It is characterized by increased heart rate, increased metabolism, increased appetite. Still, there is loss of weight and high BP, and it also leads to protrusion of eyeballs. Since you start losing a lot of weight, it is also known as Graves' disease. Pancreas. You have already studied about the pancreas in the 9th class when we were doing the digestive system. But here we are going to study the exocrine part or in the endocrine part of the pancreas. Pancreas are considered to be both exocrine as well as an endocrine gland. It is located just below the stomach in the loop of the duodenum and is a flattened triangular shaped structure. It consists of two secretory structures, acini and islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans is the endocrine part of the pancreas, and it secretes it has three types of cells: alpha cells, beta cells, and delta cells, which secrete hormones, and acini, which secretes the pancreatic juice. Now let us study this in detail. Alpha cells, they secrete a hormone called glucagon, which converts glycogen into glucose whenever it is required. Beta cells, they secrete insulin, which converts glucose into glycogen. This is also known as glycogenesis. Delta cells, they secrete somatostatin, which is a growth hormone inhibiting hormone. It inhibits the secretion of both the above hormones. Effect of hyposecretion of insulin. Diabetes mellitus. It is due to hyposecretion of insulin. In this disease, the liver and muscle cells are unable to convert excess glucose into glycogen. This leads to increase in sugar level in the blood. It's also known as hyperglycemia. This also leads to passing out of excess urine loaded with sugar. The person feels thirsty, loses weight, and becomes weak. The main difference between diabetes insipidus and diabetes mellitus is that diabetes mellitus, in the urine is loaded with sugar, whereas in insipidus it is not having any sugar in it. Effect of hypersecretion of insulin, that is excess secretion of insulin. Hypersecretion of insulin causes low blood sugar level, leading to hypoglycemia, that is less sugar in blood. If the glucose level falls beyond a certain limit, it can lead to a person becoming unconscious or even entering into a state of coma. The same thing will happen if excess insulin is given to a patient. With this, we come to the end of this class. Thank you very much, children. Take care and God bless you all.